Today is April 19th, 2018, and I wanted to do a candid video about being a transgendered man in society, period, but some fears that we face. And I'm sure that if I'm feeling this way, other trans guys feel this way. Um, I'll just get to it. You're vulnerable, and that's not a feeling that I'm accustomed to feeling. I hate to admit it, but I can be a very controlling type of person when it comes to circumstances in my life. And although I controlled the fact that I transitioned, I cannot control people's reaction to me. And it's frustrating on a level only because if it makes me happy and I feel complete and I'm not hurting anybody, I don't see what the issue is and why you should have an opinion one way or another as to if I live as a man or not. Over the last couple of weeks, I guess I've had an opportunity to really interact with people that I don't see on a regular basis. So, for example, my cousin got married a few weeks ago, and I saw extended family like aunts and uncles that I hadn't seen since I transitioned last February. And my cousin preceded me there about 45 minutes, my cousin and my sister. And they both kind of paved the way for me. So it was not uncomfortable for me. And I appreciated that. I still had a little interaction with a second cousin, and she expressed that she didn't think she was going to be able to teach an old dog new tricks, so to speak. And that analogy is good if you're talking about, a brand that you like or something, but we're talking about a human being. I'm a person, and this is who I am, and this is how I want to be referred to, and this is my name. And everybody knows the background on my name. So it's not like I just disregarded the meaning of my name. I just switched it up a little bit. So this person that did not agree with me and my family, and I had to have this candid conversation with, was actually a person that rallied around me when I had right before my surgery, and she actually checked on me after. So I can go one of two ways. I can either just completely sidestep her, or I can start reaching out to her more to get her more comfortable with the idea. So we'll see how that goes. I haven't decided yet. I had to attend a funeral the other day, and this was a man that was in my life since I was about 6. He is my sister's ex father-in-law. So he is my stepdad's brother, my sister's ex-husband's father, and my nieces and nephew, their grandfather. And he was a wonderful man. He was a very loyal and genuine and loving, caring man. And I saw people there that I saw as I was growing up, and they looked at me, but they didn't recognize me. And I didn't want to make a spectacle of myself. I didn't want to make anything about me, so I just completely sidestepped the entire interaction. I saw my stepdad there. My stepdad is blind though, so it was a tough scenario to be in. But I had my cousin with me. Luckily, again, she seems to be my little angel that I keep around, and she always seems to be there right at the right time. And although I didn't seem phased by it, I internally felt so damn sad. Like, this is a man that was in my life, talking about my stepfather, since I was about 6 or 7, until my mom died at 23. And I literally didn't make contact with him because I haven't manned up and had this conversation with him, because I have not figured out for the life of me how to have this conversation. And it was a relationship that was kind of dissolved after my mom died. I mean, we still interacted, but it was minimal. It wasn't like when he was here all the time and my mom was here. Um, So it was one of those things I kind of sidestepped. There were relationships with specific family members I couldn't sidestep. I see them all the time, and they are a part of my life, my everyday life, where I can call on them. And then there's other people that are important to me, but they don't entail me talking to every single day, so it wasn't impertinent for me to get a hold of them. So it's the what you can endure at the time, I suppose. I I don't like being vulnerable. I will do anything to keep myself resilient and strong because I have no choice but to do that, and that's how my life has always been. Um, I've never really had that structure to fall back on. It's always been just me. I'm envious of people that could fall back on their parents and their grandparents, but I lost all of that at a very young age, and if I had it at all. And I guess I've built walls when it comes to that. So if someone's ever hurt me, they hurt to the core because I've allowed them to break down those walls of protection that I carry around me. And right now, I know as a trans person, I have walls really, really high. And the reason is because I just don't feel that I'm ready to hear any kind of objection or opinion that could be negative on my transition. I know what people might think and what they might say. And I guess it's easier for me to just have in front of me what I know I need to deal with versus me throwing a bunch of stuff in front of me that I don't. Now, I'm not saying I haven't had interactions that were negative because I have. I've had, never to a huge conflict or anything, but definitely uncomfortable interactions where I've been hurt, but nothing I couldn't bounce back from. I don't want to put myself in that predicament, but a year out, and there's going to be those scenarios, and God forbid something happens to my stepdad, and I never had this conversation with him, and I realize that he's not getting any younger. And although in my mind he's always going to be this strong man that is always around, it's just sometimes death really centers things and makes you look at things a different way. And my mom's been gone almost 15 years now, so, and it's weird saying that out loud because it's like she's right here with me, but she's been gone 15 years, and I guess the it's numbed itself. It doesn't ring like it did the first 5 years, perhaps. And I still miss her, but it's not as a dagger through the heart. You kind of get used to the pain of the loss of someone that's relevant, and I don't want to have a regret with him. So, point of my story being, if you're transitioning or considering transitioning, make a list of people that you know you have to tell immediately. And then make a secondary list. I wish these are things I would have done. Make a secondary list of people that once you're comfortable in your own skin and you've built up your strength and your army of people that are around you, make that second list. Okay, now I need to have this conversation with, and then have that list ready for yourself. Because that's what I'm doing right now. And my stepdad's definitely on that list. So that pretty much will sum up what my video is. And if you have any questions or comments, let me know. But I hope everyone's doing well, and sorry for the dim lighting, but if I would have turned the big light on, it would have just completely bleached me out. So I wanted a different setting, so here's my different setting. So have a good day. I'll see you on the next video.